Alright, we're back live. Hello and welcome
Hello and welcome.
to Kirby Superstar by Claude, who is not running Final Fantasy Tactics right now.
Now, I'm playing the game I'm most known for, which is of course Kirby Superstar 100%.
So yeah, timer is on your end, so you can start whenever.
Alright, cool. Pizza Man
Good
game.
luck to the Claude playing Pizza Man game.
Yes. Alright. Yeah, let's play some Kirby. Kirby Superstar 100%. 3, 2, 1, Kirby!
Kirby.
Kirby. Alright, so, first we're gonna go to Dime Blade, and we're gonna skip tutorial, because we're good enough that we don't need a tutorial. Actually, are we good enough that we don't need a tutorial? I don't know. But, yeah, so, first thing we have to do is hit a 4-frame window, which means it's 4 times easier than a jump roll, which means I'm probably gonna mess it up like 5 times in a row, because we need to mix Jet, because Jet lets us go fast. So let's see if we can get the fast. Alright, we got the fast. Alright, so that was like the most stressful part of the run for the first bit. Alright, so something I want to mention throughout this entire commentary for Kirby Superstar I think will be fun is I kind of want to talk about the similarities between KSS and the DKC trilogy, because there's like a lot of similarities between like this game and those games.
I'm down.
Yeah. So you have Jet here. As you can see, Jet is really good for going fast, and Jet's kind of like he's kind of like Diddy, you know. You're gonna be him for most of the run, and it's kind of like, you know, in MCM, how Diddy can do those like mid-air rolls. Well, in this game, you can do mid-air jets. So in addition to doing, you know, like grounded rolls, you can do grounded jets. Also, we're gonna quick kill this mini boss by jetting into him, and now he's dead. And that was level 1. That was good. We're gonna mash buttons, because, you know, in DKC 1, you always gotta mash buttons after every level to go fast. Same deal here.
Time for skip.
Alright, so much like in DKC 2, any percent, we're not even gonna play 1-2 for the most part, we're just gonna skip it, because no one wants to actually play main brace, because that level sucks. So we're actually gonna do an auto-scroller skip here, which is found, like, the setup for this was found, like, super duper recently. But I believe this is gonna be the first marathon ever where you're going to see it, because it was found, like, within the last month. There was an older version found like a while ago, but this version's both faster and easier. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and use my partner to clip through the wall, and hopefully it won't be a disaster. Already messed it up a little bit. We need the Capsule J to go down. Didn't go down. Sometimes it doesn't go down. I don't know why it doesn't go down. We need to let him kill the mushroom, remake him, because I don't know any other setup, because I learned this trick about a week ago. There we go. And just like that, we're gonna clip through the wall, and boom, we just skipped like a 25 second auto scroller, something like that. Like the old setup for this, you had to do 2 extra mixes, which again is, you know, 2 more 4-frame windows to worry about. And also you have to mix things that aren't jets, so you need like a different visual cue and all that. So it's like a huge pain in the ass, but with this setup, you use the Capsule J. Also, we're gonna skip mini bosses, because you can also do that in this game by using the jet and just flying over the boss trigger. And yeah, that's it. It's done with 1-1, or 1-2.
Pretty similar to actually skipping the race in Screechy Sprint.
Yeah, exactly. And I'll keep pushing the similarities as we go on.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, so 1-3. This level is like deceivingly hard. We can do like a tough movement thing at the start here. Try and like keep my momentum. Alright, got it. That trick I just did is actually like harder than it looks. Now we're just gonna go like really fast. We're gonna charge the jet up. Oh yeah, another thing to mention with jet is that after you complete your jet, you actually get a few invincibility frames. So if it looks like you're cheating by not getting hit when you land with jet, that's because Kirby's actually like completely invincible. And now I'm just gonna be going fast. I have a bit more time to talk about like the rest of the game, because we won't be doing like a major trick yet. So this game has a lot of like game in it. This is like one of the most like active speed games I've ever played. Like there's like no downtime whatsoever. Like there's a few auto scrollers that you can't skip, and like a few segments where you're not doing anything. For like the most part, like I'd say over 90% of the run, you're like actively playing the game. So it's like super duper intense. Like I have like no time to actually read the chat when I'm playing this game, because I'm so busy like trying to go fast. Like,
I'll read it for you if there are questions. That's fine.
Oh yeah, okay.
Got your back.
Cool. So, again, we're gonna skip the mini bosses. This is actually the main reason why you want Jet instead of like another power like Wing or Wheelie Rider, which also let you go fast, because Jet's the only thing that lets you get over the stage and skip the triggers to fight the mini-bosses. Also, I just realized I was using splits while doing this, but I haven't hit any of them, so rest in peace my own splits. It's fine. Goodbye, feel. Alright. So now we're in 1-4. This is kind of like Top Sail. It's probably the hardest level in World 1. And at the end, we have to do a major skip that's pretty much going to decide the fate of our run. Which is we're going to skip a bunch of mini-bosses, and that one's actually hard, instead of like the easy mini-boss skips we've been doing before. And here we're going to take the invincibility. I believe the optimal route for this game, it's like for the high level in this game, it's basically like all Japanese runners at this point, like, you know, Pizzaman and Countdown and Oxwis. I mean, Oxwis is also Japanese, but he's kind of fake Japanese. There's a lot of runs in this game in the past, but for the most part, high level in this game, it's all Japanese. And they all skip the invincibility there. I don't know how much time it saves. I think it's probably like less than 2 seconds, but because we're bad, we're gonna get the invincibility. Also, I should mention this is 100%, so we have to do a few things that 80% wouldn't do. In Dino Blade, we just have to hit 2 switches, which just open up like a library of powers we can use. We're not actually gonna go there, but it's just part of the requirement for 100%. Those guys are trying to steal my power, and they're very dangerous, so we have to make sure they don't steal my power.
Yeah, question from the chat actually, Claude. At what time will you change abilities, and which ones?
Yeah, so Dino Blade's all Jet, and now I have to do the mini-boss skip, which is hard. Let's see if we can do this. Nice, I got it. So that skips 3 mini-bosses, I think. Chaining the Jets together isn't like too bad. It's kind of like super jumps in SMRPGs. Kind of have to keep the rhythm and make sure you don't go like too early or too late or you'll fall. But yeah, Dino Blade's all Jet, and then we'll be using Wing, we'll be using Wheelie Rider, even a little bit of Hammer and Plasma. Well, a lot of Plasma. Anyways, we're at the end of World 1, which of course means we have to fight Crow, aka Dino Blade, which is a big bird, which has a bit of randomness to it. So Dino Blade's gonna land, she can be on either the left or the right, and we're gonna try and throw the star at her, and sometimes the star won't hit her, depending what she does after. Alright, she ran towards us, that's good. We're just gonna beat up Crow now. Boom, Crow's dead. That's actually a really good Dino Blade. And we defeated her. Oh yeah, the storyline for this game is that Dino Blade was doing something bad, I don't know. And it turns out she was a single mom, so we gotta take care of her kids. Truly tragic story. Anyways, Dino Blade's over. Now it's time for Great Cave Offensive. Ooh.
Get hyped for Great Cave Offensive?
Yes. So this is the longest sub-game and also the hardest sub-game. I kind of liken it to like DKC 3103. That obviously that's the longest category, and also, you know, you have to get everything in that category, so.
Yeah, a bunch of collectibles.
Yeah, and also it's been rerouted a ton of times, just like how, you know, the Bear Coin route got rerouted. Like, if you watch like Pizzaman's old runs or Oxus's old runs, they do like a completely different route than the current route. So, alright, so we have to get all the things. This is 100%. GCO and 80% is like super duper sad. Like, you just mix wheel, use the Wheelie Rider, and then you just use that for the entirety of the run. But because it's 100%, we have to get all the things. There's like a ton of tech in getting all the chests too, which is why I kind of prefer 100% over 80%. In fact, I started learning this game with 100%, despite the fact that it was like twice as long. Here we have to do a skip here to try and hit both switches at once. We got it, that was cool. Alright, so now we have Wing. Wing is the other power that makes us go fast. And Wing, of course, is Squawks. Like, I mean, just look at him. It's clearly Squawks. You have to dick mash to go fast. And it's mostly used for vertical ascent rather than the horizontal movement that Jet is used for. So we'll be using Squawks for the majority, well, the entirety of the first section of Great Cave Offensive. And later on we'll be back to Diddy. It's possible to go through this thing, but I've never actually successfully done it in the run. It's like one of those like really hard pieces of tech where you can like clip through the floor. We'll be doing that again just like a few seconds, but you can do it there, but it's actually hard. Alright. Another chest, then we'll be getting high. Got the screw attack, of course. Oh yeah, so all the treasures we're getting are references to like other Nintendo stuff. In case you're unaware, this game was made by the dude who made Smash Bros, Masahiro Sakurai, who apparently loves, you know, just combining all Nintendo franchises at once. That's why you'll be seeing a lot of references to other Nintendo games in the treasure chests. Alright, here we're just gonna go through the floor. This trick is actually super duper easy. Like, it just works exactly like you think it would. You just use the wing power to go through the floor, and then you just go through the floor, because for some reason you go through the floor. I don't know why you do it. Probably a question for Countdown, but really easy. It looks cool.
Whenever Countdown shows up.
Yeah. Alright, so we don't want to fight this guy, so we're just gonna destroy the floor, watch him die, and we gotta get another chest up here. Oh yeah, something I should talk about, like an overall general thing, is that the reason this game is like kind of like hard to run while I'll be making a lot of mistakes, probably later on in the run, is that every single enemy in this game can do, there I'm using iframes just to go through the Gordos, pretty cool strat. Every single enemy in this game can do one of two things. It's not like Donkey where all the enemies do the same thing. And having to adjust to all the different like possible patterns that they can do, like, you know, when multiple enemies are attacking in combination, is probably one of the most challenging things of this run. So like sometimes I'll do a strat that doesn't seem optimal, but I'm just doing it because I'm preparing for the other enemy pattern. Also, that section was kind of scary. I have not lost my power yet, which is good. Also, if I die at any point here, I have to redo this entire first section over. So it's a very good thing I haven't died yet. And also, Wing can cut those threads there. In the event I lost Wing, I could go into this room here and get sword, but no need. Right. Squawks is done, back to Diddy. And now for some reason we need to fight a whale. So let's fight a whale. Alright, let's look at RNG. So bosses are not immune from the rule where they can do like one of two things. And that's the good RNG there. I think high level for this game, like the Japanese runners like actually reset if they don't get the good whale RNG, because that's how optimized this game is getting. So we just use the charged jets to deal a lot of damage. Like in addition to Jet going fast, Jet can also deal a lot of damage by charging it up. So like Jet's just like really, really good. You're using iframes again to get over things. Take some people down. Oh yeah, we're skipping the minecart. You know, just like in Minecart Madness, we don't actually want to use the minecart. God, that thing is so slow. So we're just gonna skip it. And hopefully I haven't missed a trick.
You sub 120 or what?
Oh, hello, welcome.
That is a sub 120 page. What's up, Countdown? It's
How much?
commentate on my own, but now we have the master here. Maybe you can explain what's actually going on in this run, because I'm a huge fraud.
Yeah. So of course, after sitting in lots of traffic, my computer decided it's gonna eat shit when I want it open.
Nice.
Typical.
Well, I'll let you know what's going on when I see it.
I'll send you the link to the restream so you can have like the info in real time.
Oh, I like that.
So getting some more chests here. It's possible to miss that chest, and then you have to go like all the way back through the door. So it's I think that didn't happen. Yeah, I think there you're supposed to use Crash to open the switch, but you can just use Charge Jet to go through the wall. And it's faster, of course. Alright, so I showed this off a little bit earlier in Dynablade, but I didn't really explain it. But again, I'll be using a Charge Jet to hopefully, after I get these fossils, hopefully quick kill a mini-boss, the Poppy Rose Senior. Because for some reason in this game, whenever you like use a Charge Jet and a mini-boss is in midair, it just instant kills them. Which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's like you have to come from underneath them. For whatever reason, it kills every single boss, or mini-boss I should say, in the game. But it does like absolutely nothing to actual bosses.
Yeah, there I hit the mini boss with the afterburners of my jet, so that I was able to take him down with one kick afterwards. Pretty cool. Because the afterburners do a small amount of damage, which allows you to like kind of finish off the corpse.
Yeah, they're really useful in some places. You can, if you need to avoid charging enemy, you can just turn around and press and hold Y in place. You know, you use it to deal additional damage while you're charging Jet as well. So you do the thruster damage and then release the charge Jet.
In this chest, we get the bucket. Shouts to Albert.
Nice bucket, dude.
Thank you. Worked hard for it.
Nice bucket. Question from the chat, Claude. Can you one-cycle the whale boss?
Yes, you can if you're good and you get the good RNG.
Yeah, you have to get a good pattern.
But
I
I'm
mean, you
bad.
can one cycle it as jet. It is difficult to consecrate. It takes some practice.
Yeah, something to mention is that I've only been running this game for like maybe 2.5 months. Like, I'm definitely not as qualified as my boy Countdown the call right now, but I'm out there doing my best, having some fun, playing some Kirby. And honestly, like, this game should have a lot more runners than it does. Like, I'm really surprised like it's not bigger than it is. I think a large part of that is just due to the fact that there's no practice hack and game saver doesn't work. So I think a lot of people like in 2019 are like kind of like discouraged from playing on emulator. So they're probably just
unfortunately,
waiting out the
it's just
practice
the only way
hack.
to practice. Yeah, it would be nice, but it's the way the game was programmed. It's difficult to disassemble, apparently. I don't know. I'm not qualified to speak on it, but
Yeah, this game is like so good, like movement wise. Like obviously this movement, so like I'm just making it all up because I don't know any like real strats, but like watching like a real good runner, like you know, like Yamayu, the record holder, play this game is like a work of art in terms of like how they move their Kirby.
it's really it really flows super nicely when you have a good segment. You get through it, you're like, oh, that's fucking dope.
Yeah.
Really rewarding. But yeah, so I guess my history with this game, I ran it and started in 2013. Really didn't start doing runs until after AGDQ 14, and only Oxos had run it at the time, and the Juice, of course. Shout out to the Juice.
Shout out to the Juice.
Shout out to the Juice.
I think the Juice may have been the only Western actual like speedrunner that put a bunch of time into 100%. And since then, a bunch of people have picked it up. You know, it's nice to see people pick it up and improve. It's kind of brought me back to the game watching Claude do it. Claude's been improving really fast, so it's fun to see.
Nice.
And the game's just fun, dude. Like, yeah, you play a speed game too much, and like you stop wanting to play it, whatever it happens. But like, this game will never not be appealing to go back to. So anyway.
Hey, it was just ignore that entire boss, but that's okay because that boss reminds us of Mystic Quest, and no one likes Mystic Quest, so.
Right.
It's alright that we didn't talk about it at all.
I didn't even see the pattern. Was it Windows 10 or Windows 3.1?
We got a Fire from the Mage. It was mostly good.
Okay, so it's like a 7. So on Nico, whenever people stream this game, the chatters like a meme whenever somebody fights Battle Windows.
Oh, dude, I didn't know that.
They grade the RNG based on like different releases of Windows.
That's pretty funny, actually. Oh yeah, so something to mention is that whenever you get a chest in this game, it cancels whatever you're doing. So you can use the charge jet there to break the block, and then you open the chest to cancel the animation, which is pretty cool. Also gonna skip another mini boss here.
And it also, chests, when you get them, kill all of your momentum, so you can be going as fast as you want as long as you're holding up to pick up the chest and just stop in place completely. Yeah, it's neat, and you can abuse like iframes with chests if you're in iframes, when you open the chest, you'll still be in them when you come out of the animation. So Claude's gonna take a death whip here, just for routing purposes, because there are certain points in the tower where to get chests you need a certain power or helper with a power and you with a different power. So we're gonna be using death abuses to kind of take us back to the hub of doors.
Alright.
For the tower here.
Can I do it first try? No. Got the classic ouch.
It's okay.
Ouch.
Easy reset.
Alright, there we go. Second try.
Nice. So, I don't know how much you talked about mixes. It's a 4-frame window.
Yep.
And 1 frame to get absolutely nothing. Believe it or not, after ouch,
really?
There's one frame. I don't know if you've ever noticed when you're practicing mix, but if you press Y at a certain time, you just start inhaling, and it cancels the mix completely.
Alright, so I had to focus for the sleep room there, because if I accidentally got sleep, we would have lost Jet. That's like a very real like scenario there if you're bad like me. So fortunately that didn't happen. You can just use Jet to go through the deluxe copies and it's no big deal.
Yeah, you actually abuse that in several places in the run where using the Jet you're like basically completely invincible to everything, both deluxe copies and enemies, for the first X amount of frames of your jet. And it's a neat mechanic, right? Because your movement is now entirely based on spacing rather than like, I don't know, having full control. It takes a little bit of thought planning.
Yeah.
You move in set distances. Anyway, so that's a neat little room that crushes you. This is one of the most tilting rooms in the game both because of the enemy setup, but also because when you come in the door, you have to immediately start running left.
Alright. Optional boss, you only see 100%. Well, at least this version of it. We're back to Squawks here. Oh yeah, so one thing I'm doing Countdown is I'm trying to make analogies, everything in this game to Donkey Kong Country games, so Wing is very clearly Squawks. We just
that makes sense, given your audience.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're Squawks. So this is what happens when you mash B as Squawks, and this is like watching Void play Animal Antics. I mean, what's that? Toxic Tower, yeah.
Yeah, it's a big tower, exactly, yeah. Definitely Toxic Tower.
The dick match is really intense in Toxic Tower.
youporn.com/Toxic Tower.
It's probably about as hard as Toxic Tower, honestly. Like, this is probably like one of the hardest sections of the run.
It really is. To go fast. So this game actually, there are segments where you can go as slow as you want, hit as many enemies as you want. That's mainly Milky Way wishes. But for the rest of it, like, there are a lot of places where if you die or lose your power, you're talking minutes of time loss.
Yeah, that's happened to me in a few practice runs so far, and it's not pleasant.
Yeah, it can be unforgiving for sure. But you gotta know the backups too. It's kind of like Super Ghouls and Ghosts in that regard.
Yeah, unfortunately I don't know the backups, so hopefully we don't have to use any. Alright, so I equate the Plasma Tower to Donkey, because Donkey is mostly used to kill bosses in DKC1, and also you can do some cool skips with Plasma, like we just did. Like, you're supposed to use, I think, Stone to get through here, but we can just use Plasma to shoot through the wall, and we just skip straight here. And this is like the easiest screen in the game. Just run forward, there's no tech at all. Oh yeah, and also much like Donkey is that Donkey's very slow, right? Plasma's very slow in terms of movement. Like, there's no movement tech at all. It's just purely for extra damage.
So now you have me wondering, because there are stone enemies in... Oh, no. I still don't think it would be faster than, like, getting stone from there and walking all the way back. Because doing that whole dance of going down the ladder and all of that shit takes a while. Anyway, so this tech is really cool to get the robe where you bounce off your partner and go through the Gordos to get the chest. Yeah. Pretty sweet.
Now, we're Stone. Stone I kind of equate to Kitty in that you kind of want to be Kitty. It's not like it's terrible, but you'd prefer to be someone else. And also, Kitty is mostly used to interact with water, much like Stone here. Like, Kitty bounces off the water, Stone goes through the water.
I actually like the segment. I think Stone is pretty fun, because this segment is a lot of falling and shit.
Yeah.
But I agree with you, mostly on the Kitty analogy. So partner jumps, I don't know if you've explained them.
I have not.
You basically, if you're in the air and your partner is somewhere around you and you're about to collide with him, and you press and hold up, you can be holding up the whole time. Then you will do this big jump off of them. And it's the same, for whatever reason, it gives you the same power for killing mini bosses. But it also doesn't do any damage to regular bosses.
Speaking of doing damage,
flip our dicks right here.
Damage between Plasma and Jet. Question from the chat.
Oh, Plasma does, by far. Although Stone actually does the most DPS. Like, if you watch Octus's task, he actually uses Stone for the arena. But, whoa! I got the bad pattern, or I got blown the heck
you
out.
always puff. Always puff.
Always puff, dude.
Just one puff will save you there. And you're not losing that much time.
Blown the heck out.
So this is a little-known move with fire, where if you just do the regular Y move and then actually hold in the opposite direction, you will like turn into that campfire with eyes or whatever that Claude turned into, and it does like a ton of damage.
Yeah, I had no idea how to even do that move because I was watching Use Pizza's tape and he did the mirror route, and I couldn't like find like what the inputs were. I had to figure it out by myself to even do it.
Yeah, me too. When I first learned it, because that's what Ox did in his first the mirror pool skip wasn't really found until like 2015 or something.
We don't beef this. I didn't beef it. I died yesterday there and had to go all the way back and get the shield because I missed it. But
that's a real bummer. So anyway, we got 65331. That's how I know we have all the treasures up until this point, and the tower is complete. And game sucking our dick.
Yeah. So you do have to do one minecart section because you have no power here because you just did a death warp. It's like I think the only minecart you really take in the run, other than like the one you take for like 2 seconds in Half Moon.
We actually toyed around with, and I think the NE% May used to have contained a mix where you would like, you would stop in the center tower room and then mix jet or wheel real quick, and then go through that area faster. But I think we found out that it was slower. It sounds slower.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's the petting zoo.
Oh, is that what it's called? Nice.
Yeah, dude, it's like hella animals, and then like you always get bots unless you're good or lucky.
I wish I was good or lucky, but I'm neither of those things.
But it's like 6 different enemies, and all of them have like 3 or 4 different movement patterns based on when you enter the room, right? And so you have like a few seconds, maybe 2 seconds, to decide on how you're going to exit the room and not get bopped. Which is basically the duration of you falling and collecting cheese. So having a good petting zoo, not getting like completely destroyed by a Birdon, is a success.
Yeah, I think I see some Japanese runners just like run into a bird on purpose to get iframes and then they exit.
Yeah, that's a thing you can do. Stand in front of the chest and not open it, and then wait for somebody to hit you and hold it up. And then you'll be in iframes when you come out, but standing still, you won't be in knockback anymore. So this is a neat little trick here.
I don't think we got it. Did we get it? Oh, we got it! I can't believe that worked.
Oh, wow.
I'm like
really...
I'm really bad at that trick. I think I just learned it like a few days ago, so it's pretty cool. I got it.
Yeah.
Also, we're
Saves.
just gonna get DK barrel right here.
Oh yeah, DK barrel.
For anyone who doubts this isn't a donkey game, just go ahead and get DK barrel. Anyways, go ahead.
It actually says donkey. The Japanese text right there. I don't know if anybody can see that.
I didn't know
Or
that.
read that.
So it's actually a Kong barrel. Cool.
I actually don't know. No, I think it says Kong. I think it says Kong.
I think you're right. I think that's floor. We'll go with that.
Anyway, so this room coming up here, Jet is only one of, I think 2, maybe it's the only power where you can actually make a helper in the air. Because most other powers, when you fly with Kirby, is Fat Kirby. When you're Fat Kirby, you can't make a helper. You just can't. So, in that room, there's a couple of different ways to do it using powers, moves. If you use mirror, or a couple other things. But having Jet there actually just makes it helpful to do that. You just make a helper, hold up, and you're through the hole. And then you get to keep the helper. It's just nicely routed, this little segment here. You keep your Jet helper, you bounce off his head to get into that room that Claude just left, the wheelie puzzle. And then you turn your helper into wheelie. And it's just beautiful when the plan comes together.
Yeah. So wheelie I kind of like associate as both a combination of Rambi and Rattly, because obviously he's going really fast like Rambi does. And also you're going to be hopping off him like you do on Rattly to do some weird stuff you're not really supposed to be able to do, which is going to be quick kill mini bosses. Mostly that'll be seen in Milky Way Wishes, but we'll be doing it once here as well.
Mm-hmm. And wheelie, unfortunately, sometimes I don't really know what triggers it. I don't know if it's proximity or frames or what. But, occasionally when you jump off of wheelie, you will instantly start attacking. When your helper starts attacking, it just means that he starts spinning back and forth, and you can't bounce off him.
Also, that was very clearly Bramble Blast, what we just did there. That goes without saying.
Yes.
So weird thing with this game is that, unlike in Donkey, the barrels always reset to the same position, which is just facing upwards. I think their initial position, maybe facing upwards, but in Donkey, it actually keeps their position. So that was like really weird to get used to coming from Donkey, was how those barrels worked. It's my wheelie, dude. He's on an adventure, dude.
What is going on?
It's alright. Every tape I've watched of this does a different strat for this room, so I don't even know like what the real strat is. So I just kind of like BS it every single... The full halfie? Is that what I have to do?
Yeah, you gotta do the full halfie.
Alright, I'll keep that in mind if I ever figure out what it is.
Go watch my 117 tape from the other day. Let's see.
Alright. So here we have to get Crash just to open this switch. Like, I think there's a strat where you can like mix beam and it's like, what, 2 seconds faster or something? If even?
Yes. But you have to hit the mix, which is again a fork room. And you have to also, you have only 1 shot to inhale 2 enemies for the mix. They're in that little room that you blow up. And there's a chest underneath. And all the enemies fall into the water and die. And so if you miss them, they're going to fall into the water and die.
Alright, here comes... I'm gonna give this 1 shot, then I'm gonna give up. Oh my god, first try cutter skip in a run. My first time ever.
Setup, your set, please learn a better setup. Jesus
What's
Christ.
wrong with that setup? I learned it from Used Pizza himself. You saying Used Pizza has bad setups? Wow.
I'm saying
Controversy in the KSS community right here.
You were like 30 frames from this.
30? What?
Maybe.
I feel about this. Anyways, we got the Triforce. Shout out to Blunt Bunny.
Yeah.
Shout out to Blunt Bunny.
Shout out to Blunt Bunny.
Now I have to fight Wham Bam Rock, because sometimes I beef, because I mistime the thing. So let me just try and get the first hit here.
Yeah, so there's a neat little cue you can do if you're not Claude, and who goes for the fast strat.
Well, that's the fast strat? Like, I don't even know, like, what's fast, like, what's not. I just, like, watch random tapes, and like, oh, this strat looks cool.
So if you want to be safe, because I tried to learn how to do what you just did there, where you like float up to the top and hit him as his hand appears, and like I always messed it up. So what I did, and the way I learned it to begin with, before that strat was even a thing, was when he picks his hand up, his hand will spawn, and then he picks it up like he's about to slam it down. When it reaches the peak of it, then you do a full jump and press Y when you hit drop. You'll time it perfectly every time. It's always a 4 cycle, but anyway.
Anyway, it's time for Meta Knight.
Time for Meta Knight. 31 minute time for Cave.
That was
definitely
pretty
good. Definitely
good.
sub 120 pace for sure. Still easy.
Alright, well, final mix of the run, actually. This one's, like, really easy. Like, the setup's kind of hard, but you just have to wait, like, 2 things, and then you press the button.
Yeah, so the thing about mixes is that it goes in the same order of powers every single time.
As I said, the setup was hard.
Yeah, setup.
Laser went on his own adventure, dude. Alright, we got Jet. Cool.
Nice, and you fix the setup. Easy.
Yeah, easy. I know all the backups. I'm a real KSS runner. Just saying I'm not a real KSS runner.
That's a backup I didn't even know, because I didn't start doing that setup until 3 weeks ago. Anyway, yeah, so the powers appear in the same order. Doesn't matter what 2 enemies you inhale. The only thing that influences is where in that sequence you start and end. Because if it makes 3 repetitions, it ends in the same place every time. So, like, fun fact, we used to mix either hammer or stone because they're right next to each other, so we had an 8-frame window. Or you could let the mix run out and get hammer every time, or mirror every time, for a strat that could have used any of those 3. So anyway.
I was really lucky to not lose Jet there. I got hit in the water. So,
oh yeah, so losing your power and having to start falling in the water is bad. It's just instantly gone.
Yeah, this is like one of the scariest parts if you're a new runner like me, is like you don't know all the patterns, you don't know all the real movements, so like you just lose a power, it's just like over. I don't even know what I would do here if I lost Jet. It would be really sad.
This is definitely one of the biggest time losses, I think. I don't know.
Hopefully we won't have to worry about that.
I actually spent a lot of time learning a backup mix in the next stage on the first screen, but it's probably not worth it.
I think you can go out of bounds in this section. It doesn't do anything, but it looks cool, but I don't know how to do it because I'm bad.
So when you know how when you, in Meta Knight 3, the first deck area where you skip the mini-bosses,
yeah,
you press B to like zip up to the top of the screen?
Yes.
from above the screen boundary. So whenever you press B to float and you're above the boundary, it instantly zips you back to the top of the boundary. And you actually abuse that fact. You like stand on a piece of geometry, and then like that exists. But beneath it is a wall, or you're in a wall. So you do that, and then it zips you down to the top of the screen, and the top of the screen is the wall.
That sounds really hard.
No, it's really easy. In that area, it's really easy. Just like you have to move above the camera a little bit, which you can because it's an auto-scroller. You know, so it takes no effort. And then all you have to do is press B twice, and you're in the wall.
I'll learn it for the swag at some point, for sure. I'm all about the swag.
It's really not even worth it, dude. All you're gonna do is kill yourself. You're gonna be ahead on a run, and then you're gonna like be swagging, and then fucking just die.
But I'll die while looking cool, which is the most important thing.
Oh, trust me, I've been super cool while dying, but ultimately, your run completing is cooler. IMO. So, do you? I have to ask a question. Do you always kill this guy? Oh, you went for it.
Yeah, I went for it. I fucked it up. I got the good pattern, but
yeah.
I like have no idea like the proper way to kill this guy. I just kind of like make it up every single time.
Yeah, you just fucking hit him with a bunch of charge jets.
Yeah, dude.
That's really all you do. So the way to really optimize that scenario, where you're just using raw jet, is like I was saying, 2 hits with the thrusters, then you turn around and release the charge. Yo, you learned it.
Yeah, I learned some things.
You're impressing me, I gotta say. Oh, I like that strat. I like that strat a lot, actually.
Nice. I stole it from a Japanese runner, like everything else.
On the last sword guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sick.
Look, friends, Dynablade was okay after all. Being a single mom isn't that bad. She's gonna help us out. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, Meta Knight's Revenge is basically DKC1 all stages, because there's not like a lot of like huge skips, and also like Kirby's just map warping everywhere. Like look at him, just map warps wherever he wants.
Yeah.
So does that mean that this is your least favorite segment?
Maybe. Nah, it's not.
How could this be? How could this be your?
I like every part of this game actually. Whoa. Let's don't do the thing where he went up. Oh my god. I gotta like not take a lot of damage here. It's like a non-zero chance. Try again.
You're gonna see Claude do the mechanic I was referring to, where he presses B while he's above the screen boundary, and it instantly zips him there. Oh, I guess he didn't do it.
What?
That's the screen I'm talking about, where I do that.
I see.
Because it's a little faster than falling.
That was like the best that room's ever gone for me. I actually got both things there.
Yeah, that was a nice little elevator segment. This is a really cool detail if you get that.
Yeah, we got it. Oh,
Nice.
oh, hold on.
Oh shit.
Alright, hold on.
Oh!
Easy. I was never worried, but I'm still gonna get the tomato after this, because might be a little bit worried. Alright.
It's fine. Twin cannon is something to worry about.
Exactly, yes. Alright.
I've gone through several iterations of strats on twin cannon, and I've never been good at any of them. So, I don't know.
We caught the bomb, catch bomb, throw bomb. We've defeated the cannon.
Yeah, catch bomb, throw bomb.
Just like
much
SM64.
more difficult than it was.
Yes, it is, actually.
Timing and spacing is absolutely paramount there.
Alright, so this game, this section runs at like 1 FPS, it's really good.
Yeah. If you lose jet, this is the second where you can actually get it back, technically. So you're not like totally boned for the rest of whatever the shit game's called. Meta Knight.
Revenge of Meta Knight, I think is the real name.
Yeah. Revenge of Meta Knight.
Need some revenge, dude. Like, Meta Knight's basically K-Rool, let's be real here. You know, he's like the main antagonist, and he has his own ship, much like K-Rool, so.
That's a knight, though.
Yeah, what's the name of his ship?
The Halberd.
The Halberd, yeah. How did I forget? My Kirby lore.
I had to think about that one, actually, because I hadn't played this game in English in a long time.
I know it from Smash Bros. Because I'm a huge fraud.
I should know that from Smash as well.
Unfortunately, that's where the thought conjured up.
Yeah.
The dialogue in this game in English is actually super cool. I think it's cheeky and funny, and I thought this is one of my favorite ones casually growing up, just because of the cast of characters.
Yeah,
like
I think the storyline for this game is basically like, wow, we're not gonna be able to beat Kirby, dude. Like, he's like way too powerful, but we'll try our best. And it's like, well,
Right.
Kirby's just too strong, so we give up. Now we must release Heavy Lobster, the most dangerous weapon of all time.
Colonel Bull is the one calling all the shots too. Not even Meta Knight. He just kind of sits there. He says like occasionally like get him or whatever. You know. So Heavy Lobster is an interesting fight. He has a couple of different patterns. You can shoot fire, or you can shoot a little mini torpedo of himself. Or you can shoot a goo, and you can inhale that and use the paint power against him to do a lot of damage. He also either charges or walks slowly, and if he gets close enough to the edge of the screen, he'll charge off the screen and then come back. Pretty much will never persist in the middle of the screen. And then he also has another move where he jumps up and down.
Yeah, I think the Heavy
repeatedly or
Lobster
when
fight
they jump.
is like one of the hardest fights to learn, I'd say. Like one of the hardest boss fights in the entire run. Because
Yeah,
you have to
there's
do a
a lot
lot of
of
damage with Jet instead of like an easy power like Plasma or just Dick Mash.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's got like 8 or 9 different, you know, moves.
Yeah.
If he jumps up and down, he can either do it in place or he can do a big arc. Or if he like jump fast.
You said skill countdown?
Yeah,
was
that was
pure
all
skill.
It was pure skill.
So you actually want to lose your power there because you want to get Plasma here. It's actually slower to make the partner and then get rid of the partner, but if you get lucky and get hit on the guy, you can just lose it immediately, which is what just happened to me.
Yeah.
Pure skill.
Pure skill. Unadulterated. This is a really neat use of the Plasma. You're going to see this mechanic a lot more as we use Plasma more. When you fire a fully charged one, you shoot off little sparks back behind you, up and down diagonally. And they do full damage. They do exactly the same amount of damage as the ball. So it's really useful. The only drawback really to the ball, the fully charged shot before you shoot it, is that it activates iframes on enemies. It does a little bit of damage and knockback. So it can kind of screw you over if you decide to if you get too close to an enemy before shooting the ball.
Oh, I fired too early, dude. Rip.
Oh, dude. Bad strat, don't do it.
Still gonna do it. Just gonna be better about it this time. So you kind of need the Cosmic Ray on some of these angles. I think this is gonna hit. Alright, it hit him.
Yeah, and the hitbox for the reactor is really weird. It's like beneath the crystal, it's like it cuts off like right where the crystal is, but above the crystal, it's like you have like fucking 10 feet of invisible hitbox. I don't know. And then sometimes it misses. It's just, I'll never know because I've never actually looked at a hitbox viewer.
This is the Destroy Your Halberd update. This is probably like the longest auto scroll in the game. You don't really have to do anything other than just make sure you don't die. Is there like lag restriction strats in this game, Countdown? Like for this section, maybe? I was wondering that.
I always kill all the enemies. Never shoot Plasma when text is scrolling. That seems to be the laggiest point.
I see. That's something I'll learn if I'm still playing this game, like, 2 years or something.
Right. It's not something I've looked into extensively, no, but I try not to be, superfluous with my Plasma shots. In fact, you can kill most enemies on that screen by just pumping them twice, which I used to do. I think that was my default back when I actually seriously ran this game.
You fired the Plasma the wrong way, so we're in for an adventure.
And then you slid.
Oh, easy fight. Oh. Easy fight. Easy.
There you go.
Got them all, dude.
Pretty good recovery.
Yeah, that section's like not too bad even if you make a mistake like I did. Now it's time for the duel! The 1v1, which is Meta Knight. Very honorable battle. Sword against sword, just kidding. I'm just gonna beat his ass with Plasma.
Alright, you do me a favor, Claude. When you kill him and the screen's fading out, press A. Just do it.
Just like right now? Like,
try your hardest. When it's fading out,
Alright, I'm doing it. I'm pressing and holding A. I can't wait for this to soft lock the game.
We'll see if you got it.
Did I
You
get-
won't soft lock the game. Nope, you didn't get it.
Alright. Does it like get rid of plasma or something?
It gets rid of plasma, and then it like completely fucks up Wheelie's sprite.
Oh wow.
When you land on him, and then it freezes in place for a little bit, and when he runs off screen, it's like a little slower, and then it kills the music until it kills like the intro of the chase music here.
That sounds awesome. I gotta learn that tech, dude. What
It's
like all the
slower.
good
It's-
tech?
it's-
Oh, that's fine. It's fine.
It's slower. I just want you to know that, but it is something to show off. For sure.
Sounds like the same kind of swag as chopping Peach's head off in SMRPG.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Alright. Sighting escape sequence is over.
Neat little optimization on that screen. I'm not sure how much Claude did it, but you actually gain like 0.25 seconds every time you jump while you're riding Wheelie.
Oh, I didn't know. I don't know any tech for that. Like, I just like watch the tape and like, okay, yeah, you have to press like 5 buttons and you're good to go.
Yeah, jumping is actually slightly faster.
I see. Much like in Tearaway Toboggan, or not Tearaway Toboggan, but Demolition Drain Pipe DKC 3% perhaps. Hmm?
Exactly. Precisely. See, another DKC parallel.
Yeah. So I kind of think a Spring Breeze is actually like DKC 3% because it's mostly like pretty easy and very straightforward, unless you're like going for like a really good time, in which case you have to do something really dumb. In the case of KSS, it's the Jet Mix, which I'm not going for here. And
If you were going for the Jet Mix, the Poppy Bros there at the beginning is most definitely Pro 1 because you want him to give you the fastest pattern where he throws a bomb at you.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you go for that jet, isn't it optimal to actually do Spring Breeze first?
Well, you do it first so you can reset over it easier, yeah.
Yeah, 'cause it's fucking dumb.
Right?
Just like Bleak in DKC 300%.
Just like Bleak.
And Crow. Just saying.
Well, Crow is Dynablood. We already established that earlier. You weren't there for that.
I was not there for that? Crow
Yeah.
was Dynamite. How's
Yeah,
it?
Crow's Dynablade.
Because sometimes the star won't hit her and it's random, and obviously they're both, you know, gigantic birds. Can't ignore that fact.
Alright. Well, definitely not. Alright, so in this stage, Claude's gonna try and take damage on purpose throughout the first half, just to try and lose his power, because he has to get rid of it before the end of this stage, so he can crash the boss.
Hopefully I don't screw up the crash this time. I accidentally used it early.
Did you learn the despawn strat?
No?
Okay, as soon as you regain control of Kirby after you use Crash, slide to the right 3 times. Wait.
Oh, no,
half a
I know
second.
that. I know that. I thought you were talking about as a backup if I don't have Crash.
Okay.
But no, I know. I learned this from watching Pizzaman's tape. We'll see if I can get it.
It's so satisfying. It's like one of the most satisfying things to get in the game, even though it saves absolutely nothing.
I think we got it. There we go. Easy.
Nice, yep, you definitely got it. Easy game. I just want to say that again that the music in this game is fucking sweet,
Agree.
along with the movement.
Agreed.
So learn this game. I'll teach you anything you need to know.
Good movement not really shown here for the solo Kirby section, but again, like if you're optimal, you would have Jet here.
Right.
Being optimal is hard when you're bad.
Honestly, it's kind of refreshing to play as vanilla Kirby through this segment. I always thought it was kind of fun. I always look forward to it.
Dab on a Krakow one, kill him like that.
Yeah, it's funny. So first off, first thing to note about that fight is you do more damage by spitting an enemy if you're dashing than if you're just holding forward. And the second thing to note is that the shield does exactly 1 damage to an enemy when you interact with it. And I don't think it does any damage to bosses, but for that mini boss in particular, the dash spit star takes him down to 1 HP, and then you shield and he dies. It's sweet. 2 stones, like we were saying earlier, stones super powerful. 2 stones kills Krakow here.
Yeah, Stone's like way stronger than you think it'd be. It's probably why the TAS uses it so much. Now it's time for the exciting showdown with King Day today. You have to hit him with Stone 3 times. Hope I can do it.
Day.
On the edge of my seat. By God, I've done it. Killed Day today. Now
The
he's...
real impressive one is damageless. Hey, come back to me when you can do it damageless.
It's too hard for me, man. I'll probably just learn the real route before I ever do damageless. Anyway, so now Day is so salty, he's gonna race us in a best of 3, or I guess the best of 5. We're gonna win. And I kind of akin these to just the various auto-scrollers in DKC. Like, this is probably like a Burn Your Rope / Saw Your Tree in that it's like you can influence it a very, very minor amount. You're probably always going to get the same time every time.
Well, if this is Burn Your Rope, then why don't you give us a Burn Your Rope update, Claude?
Well, Burn Your Rope's already over. Now we're on to the second auto-scroller, so that was the entire update. Was explaining what Burn Your Rope is. Now for the second auto-scroller, it's kind of like Tearaway Toboggan, Demolition Drain Pipe, and that it's kind of hard. You can do some stuff to optimize it, but at the end of the day, it's not going to be like a huge difference unless you like are really bad, like some of this movement is right now. Yeah.
So one thing about the movement dimension is that, so you see how Claude is moving very fast, double Kirby's normal movement speed, I believe, on the ground. But as soon as Claude presses the B button, he returns to normal Kirby speed in the air. However, if you let go of forward just before you press B, Kirby will have most of his forward momentum, and you will actually like jump with most of your running speed, which is really nice. And it's a mechanic that's used not only in Gourmet Race, but also a few times with Jet throughout the run. I don't know that. I think Claude showed it off the one time. I don't know that there's any more opportunities. But anyway, so it's pretty neat. You have to let go of forward though, so it's kind of tricky. Here we got Squawks again.
Yeah.
Because there's some vertical climbing here.
So this is by far the hardest auto-scroller, which means of course it's Haunted Hall, and you can like save like a lot of time if you really know what you're doing here. Obviously I didn't put that much time into it because it's just Gourmet Race. Who really cares at the end of the day?
I mean, you seem to be doing it mostly right.
Almost casual 42. We did cut the twig though, that was the most important thing.
Nice.
We didn't cut 34-13 on the second race, but cut the twig on the third one. That's all that really matters. Now it's time for Milky Way Wishes, which I akin to 102. It's just, overall it's really good and you gotta get a lot of stuff, so. And also at the end of it, we're gonna watch the credits for like 2 or 3 minutes, but much like in 102.
Fun fact, a couple of years ago now, Ohon came forward as the seemingly world record holder for Gourmet Race 2. Believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah, he just came out of nowhere with like a fucking sick take. He got like a 30.98 or something.
Wow.
Yeah, like insane.
So many young Kirby gods out there, man. How am I supposed to compete?
Like he's never, I don't, to my knowledge, he hasn't speedran anything else in Kirby, but like Gourmet Race 2, just randomly tweeted video. So that room, I don't know that Claude did it. I don't think he did it. He's a big dick player, but that's one of the rooms where I immediately just hold Y as I'm falling into the room from the door, and let my thrusters hit those wheelie enemies because maybe like 3 times out of 10 they'll charge you instantly. And so if you like won't even have time to start a jet to the right, you'll just get up. So you can either shield or charge a jet with your thruster pointed towards them.
Yeah, I used to do that strat because I think I saw Pizzaman do it. Then I saw a Japanese strat that looked like a little bit easier, so I switched to that, where you just jet for a little bit in place and react. Probably slower, but...
I don't know, maybe I just wrote it off as a mistake. I'll have to go back and look at the tape. It's neat.
Alright. So yeah, Milky Way Wishes, in case you haven't figured it out by now, the gimmick is that you have to collect all the powers. You have access to the powers whenever you want, so I don't have to worry about like losing jet or losing wing or anything like that, which is kind of nice.
Yeah, you can select them and become them at will, but the trade-off is that you can't inhale enemies, or like, there's no other deluxe copy abilities either, just the ones that give it to you permanently. So, that's kind of the gimmick of Milky Way Wishes. Also that you can play the stages in any order, except the mark stage. And I think, well, okay, scratch that, back up. Sky High, the first planet that Claude did, is actually the planet that contains all of the movement powers. I don't know if anybody noticed, it had Wing Wheel and Jet.
Yeah, it's like crazy to put them all on one planet like that.
Right.
It's like they made it, dude.
Like, of course we're gonna go to that planet first.
I won Lotto, dude. It's actually able to kill the guy.
Nice, dude.
Alright, it's fine. So you don't need the partner anymore. You just want to get Jet out. That's all the powers we need actually here. We're not actually, I've never actually used fire or suplex. Actually, we use suplex for like one screen. That's it. But fire we're not going to use.
You use suplex in
Half Moon.
You used it in the tower, didn't you?
Yeah, but I mean Milgo Wishes.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
This is Fiery Furnace, by the way. I mean, just look at it. It's very clearly Fiery Furnace.
Yeah, look at all the barrels and lava. Definitely fire.
Definitely. Is there a screen wrap?
No, no zip. That's Claude's,
that we know of. Scientists get on it. Oh, he's up there jerking off, dude. I don't know how to hit him when he's up there jerking off. I'm not good enough at this game.
You can still hit him. You just have to hit, like, do it at the peak of your jump.
Sounds like a God Gamer only strat, dude.
It's not that good.
We killed him though.
God Gamer only strat is doing the, you know the strat you do on Heavy Lobster and Mech Eye? You just sit in the corner. You can do that to Chameleon Arm, but it's like a 3-frame window.
Really? I did not know that either. I'm learning so much in my marathon run. That's how you know I'm qualified to run this game in a marathon.
Alright, so this is Mech Eye. Yeah, not too much that's spectacular here. Just a lot of straightforward jet movement.
Straightforward, as I get hit by a laser.
The only thing that's really spectacular is the manner in which he's going to kill Heavy Lobster the boss, which I think is really cool. It's something that I didn't know casually, and you'll see here in just a bit.
Yeah, this is basically Mechanos, you know, it's got all the machines and whatnot, just like in DKC3.
Yeah, I'm not sure that you can do the same momentum conservation from Gourmet Race that you can with Super Candy in this game. But there's no place where it would serve any purpose anyway. So.
Here you have to delay for a little bit to make sure the elevator actually goes down. It's something I learned the hard way.
Yeah, you don't want to ride that elevator back up. It's actually pretty slow compared to what Claude just had to do.
I remember like watching every tape. It's like, why do they always like, you know, wait for a little bit there? Is that a mistake? And then I realized, no, it's not a mistake.
Definitely not.
Alright. So I'm kind of like new to this form of quick killing the mini bosses. Hopefully I can do it to both of them. Alright, got one.
I love that strat. So, as long as you're not pressing a direction when you're jumping, or when you press the Y button, I guess, in the air, you will start charging. And so what Claude did there was he charge jetted into the room, and then he started charging as he was falling. And he jumped when he hit the ground, and then continued charging once he was back in the air. And right when the enemy spawned, he hit full charge and pressed B and did the charge jet jump right from underneath their sprite, and instant killed him.
Then I had to fight a really hard boss. I was worried there for a second.
Yeah. So that's the strat, by the way. You can actually just stop wheelie. If you're wheelie, you don't have a partner, you just stop yourself by pressing the B button. You have to press and hold it for like 20 or 30 frames in it. Anyway, so this is Cavios. This is really just going to be a mini boss gauntlet.
I'm like really bad at Cavios, so we'll see how this one goes.
Yeah, it's a really hard stage.
Like I don't understand why the wheelie just fucked off there, man. Like why did he do that instead of like letting me jump on him? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. But you're much better off switching to a power, yeah.
Alright. Yo, he killed himself, nice.
He killed himself with a ceiling, are you kidding me?
He blew up.
He blew up, dude.
Fucking blew up like this Cavios.
Exactly. I'm gonna kill this guy, dude. I'm gonna kill this guy.
You got this, dude.
Boom!
Easy game.
We didn't kill the corpse though. Alright, alright.
You didn't drop the bomb on him though.
You're right. It's hard.
Okay. It's okay. It is hard.
I'm gonna do the Rafi strat. Do the Rafi strat, dude.
Right, do it.
I'm gonna try it.
Show me your stuff.
Oh yeah! Get home.
Oh! Nice, dude. That's a strat that I taught Claude literally yesterday.
Dude, I love using that move with the hammer.
It's really satisfying. And that in particular is really satisfying because that particular quick kill on Bugsy was something we really struggled with because for some reason we could not get, like, Wheelie just cooperated a lot less on that particular screen in that scenario. Like, we don't know why, we never figured it out. But either we wouldn't get the up press, like we wouldn't get the jump, or Wheelie would just fucking do whatever he wanted and start attacking. So anyway.
I definitely had the
this.
same problems for sure, so I'm really happy you came up with that strat. I guess Rafi came up with that strat.
Yeah, I did not. He championed it. Honky came up with a ridiculous strat where you jump into the air and then jump up to the ceiling, fall to the floor, and jump holding up. And it seemed to work pretty consistently, and then it stopped. And it's just really sketchy.
They patched it, dude.
Yeah, I don't know, man. So this is the question mark planet. As you can tell, all there is tax and crashes. So the deluxe copy ability here, of course, is tack or copy. And copy actually does work on all of the enemies in this sub game. Even though inhaling them and swallowing them doesn't give you their power, you can still use tack on them. I'm fairly certain, and get their power. So that like allows you to get powers that you don't necessarily have yet. Which in any speedrun category wouldn't really help. So maybe a low percent? I don't know.
Wait, low percent sounds like a hot category, dude. I gotta learn that one next.
I think it's been tossed around where, like, because there's a glitch where if you have all of the games unlocked on a file and you press right and A within, like, a frame of each other on the file select screen, it, like, starts the new file with the cursor on Milky Way Wishes or whatever. It has the memory cursor of the last file that you had open. So I guess technically there could be a low percent category there. I don't know. Anyway, so this is Floria. Floria's dope.
It's basically Click Clock Woods, which is not a Donkey game, but it is made by Rare, so it's close enough.
Fair enough. So the gimmick here is that there's 4 seasons, and every time you go through a door, it changes the season, and that also like changes, you know, where trees are blocking your path versus where they aren't. So you have to go through a series of door transitions to both find all the powers and successfully navigate through the stage.
That was a sick Floria, by the way, by me.
Yeah, dude.
I owned it. Just want to let everyone know that I owned Floria right there.
Yep, dude.
Now it's time for Cotton Top Cove, aka Aquilus.
Cotton Top Cove. This is one of the most difficult stages in my opinion in the whole run.
Yeah, it's deceivingly hard. Like, you think it's gonna be easy because it's a water level. Water levels are usually not too hard. I guess they are in Donkey because, you know, stuff like glimmers, but it's tough. It's tough for sure.
Yeah, dude. What was I gonna say? Now, it also uses a little trick with wheel that isn't really used anywhere else. You can kind of conserve your momentum with wheel if you use it like right before you enter a body of water.
Yeah, and I can wheel to on guard because, like, check this out. Just do the on guard charge right there in the water.
There you go. Yeah, but the thing is, you have to let go of your D-pad direction to maintain the momentum. So if you see how yours died like right there, you can keep it for even longer if you just don't press any D-pad. That's what kills it.
I lost wheel there, by the way. I'm too lazy to get it back, so we're just gonna have to deal with it. Actually, I should probably get it back. There we go.
The other thing that I think is kind of needless was that they made it so that if you despawn a helper and inhale whatever power they had, you don't actually get it. I thought that was kind of lame. What?
Alright. Oh, that's the Japanese strat.
I'll take it.
You got a problem with that?
No, I've just never seen it.
Really? Alright.
Yeah.
That's the mainstream Japanese strat, yeah.
Damn.
Like, I think the other one is like
strat.
you just kill him with stone and then you fly over the tomato, right? And you death warp faster.
I kill him with jet.
Oh,
So what
really?
I do, yeah, I do. I switch to stone to break the blocks, and then I take 2 damage or two hits from the. Oh, did you sound glitch? I wasn't listening.
I did sound glitch, yes.
Okay, always sound glitch. If you hold Y as you're entering the water with B, you'll sound glitch. Anyway, I use jet there. It's probably faster to do what you did because you didn't despawn your helper. But most of the time, my helper dies by the time I get there, so I haven't had that problem recently.
That fish is hanging out, dude. Also, we got the RNG where having wheel was faster instead of having jet.
So when you fight him with plasma and jet, the pattern that he got where he does the one big breach and then all shit falls from the ceiling, that's normally slower, but when you kill him with wheel in this situation, it's actually faster.
Yeah. Time for Half Moon. Probably my favorite level in the game, even though I really suck at it. Like, the movement here is so cool. And also there's gonna be wind effects right at the beginning, just like in Gusty Glade.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see if I can get hit less than, like, 3 times in the first screen. Alright, that's 1. Alright, that's 2.
And this stage has come so far, wow, in terms of
that's 3. Alright.
Movement, because we used to baby the shit out of this first screen. We just like fly to the top of the screen and just jet to the right over and over again and just kind of slowly, cautiously avoid the blocks.
Suplex the mirror dudes for the fans. Oh, get owned, dude.
Always.
Get owned.
Always suplex. Nice, dude.
He's never been more owned.
Help, he's owned.
Go, cart, go! Alright. A little bit of minecart action.
I don't really understand why that happens. Your wheels just spin in place. You sit there and mash Y and hold forward, and the cart just like stops. I don't really understand it. I haven't figured it out. There's a number of different strats you can do here for these 2 upcoming mini bosses. Claude is opting to use plasma, which I think is nice and safe and consistent. It just requires a little bit more use of the power wheel switch, so...
It's a lot of power wheel switching when you don't remember which way to go to jet, as I often do.
You press X and then back 7 times.
That's so hard to remember, man. Try and do a sphere in here, not, you know, study for the SATs. Alright. I don't think we're probably not gonna die. At least I hope we're not gonna die.
Are you gonna stay inflated? Oh.
Not.
If you tried, you would die.
Yeah.
Or be very close.
Alright, that's kind of the optimal movement there. Kinda.
So fun fact about this boss fight, you can actually circumvent the downtime of switching your power by doing it while the text in the top box there actually. Oh no.
No, I got the classic, dude. That's alright. I'm gonna give it to him.
It's okay. It's okay.
Oh! I missed him.
Why did you just normal attack him, dude?
'Cause I had to show him who was boss. There we go. Got him, dude.
You missed again.
We owned him, dude. Alright. We've proceeded to own everyone, I think.
Oh my god.
I think defense is the fastest thing you can do there, right?
Who, the dragon or the knight?
The dragon.
Yeah, defense is definitely, because you still kill him with 2.
Freaking Mystic Quest, dude. Mystic Quest Part 2.
Anyway, as I was saying, so Claude switched to plasma instead. The text in the top actually still scrolls while you're selecting a power, even though the rest of the game freezes. So you want to like time your X press right as a new text box starts scrolling, so you mitigate time loss there. A neat little strat. Also, the 2 O's in Half Moon are an infinity symbol.
Half Moon.
I mean, you're gonna have to take my word for it. Half Moon, exactly. But you can't say that because you didn't go for the Half Moon strat.
Oh, I didn't. I'm sorry. What was the Half Moon strat exactly?
That's where you kill the Chef Kawasaki with Jet.
Ah.
And then throw his dead body at the other dude.
I remember now.
Similar to the Meta Knight strategy.
Hey, so now it's time for Gradius for some reason, because they decided to put this in the game. I don't know why, but now we're doing
cheeky
this.
and cool and fun. And I like it.
I'm really bad at this. Like, I've just like never properly learned it, so I just kind of like mash all the buttons and hope I don't take damage. So far, it's kind of working out well.
There's really nothing to learn other than the layout of the level and when enemies come, because you just try not to get hit. And you know how to do damageless Nova Core anyway, so what do you care?
Well, I mean, I could just die in the first part. It's not impossible.
No, but you've been playing this game long enough. You're not gonna I have faith. I believe in you.
I didn't die in the first section, so your faith
All right,
was well placed.
So a neat little quick kill about to happen here. Most people recall that when you do a certain amount of damage to these nodes, then they start spinning in the opposite direction. And if you do it in such a way that Claude's doing, you actually are able to get all of them in just two sweeps, or 1.5 even. You're not even going all the way back to where you started. But it's difficult because those things do a lot of damage, and you have to kind of navigate your way through without taking damage, or without hitting them. Looks like Claude did a pretty bang-up job. So you can actually you can quick kill marks here. 2, 3. Okay.
Oh, we got him, dude! Hell yeah!
Hell yeah! There you go.
On.
So after that, so what Claude did there, he saved 7 seconds by getting that, because when Marks flies off the top of the screen, he's gonna drop these little turrets that turn into like vines that go up the screen and do a bunch of damage if they hit you. And he does that attack and from off screen, so you can't hit him, and then he comes back on screen. So anyway, yeah, kudos to Claude. He'll get one more attempt at that, by the way, at the end of the arena.
Yes, but now we have to watch the credits for some reason. So Countdown, I want to ask you, what is the lore behind not just soft resetting in here, or just soft resetting at all in general in this game? Tell me the lore.
There really isn't any. Ox didn't do it when I started, and I liked the credits and like the music and the break it gives you. It's like a nice. This game is so fucking non-stop, and there's just so much. You have to be on for like an hour and some change before you finally get a real break.
So like soft resetting doesn't like break the game anywhere or something?
No, you'll still get your percent. I'm pretty sure if you soft reset, like instead of watching the credits, it's just a nice break. I've never been able to rationalize it other than that. And if somebody were to want to soft reset, the frame that they kill every boss at the end of the game, Dynablade and King DDD and shit like that, because in some cases, it's actually faster to do that.
Do you think this game will go the way of Yoshi's Island 100%, where they do actually do that after not doing it for a long time?
No, I don't think so. I don't see any reason why. I wouldn't necessarily be opposed to it. I just don't.
I see.
I like these credits. I don't really care about like mashing start and B to skip cutscenes after you kill the boss, whatever. It's not a huge deal to me.
I see. I respect it. I just think it's like weird that you have like this high-paced, action-oriented speedrun, and then just right at the end you just watch the credits for no reason. So soft reset. It's alright. You get to think about your life, think about the arena, think about the lotto, think about the dick mash. So it's still good.
Yeah, I'm a fan. It's a totally valid question. I totally understand why people would be like, let's fucking just reset and add 3 minutes in 1 second. But also, the credit sequence is faster in Japanese than English, which makes no sense to me.
Really?
Yeah, it's a matter of like 4 seconds or something, but it figures.
Mad Mark asks, can you instantly kill any bosses and boss when you're invincible? Yes, we actually saw that in Spring Breeze with the Walrus dude. I had invincibility and we just owned his ass. It doesn't work on bosses though. Like I think I had invincibility for Wham Bam Rock and Milky Way Wishes, and that didn't do anything.
So the Bugsy enemy in Hot Beat, where you break the ceiling tiles and you go up into the room, the one you were having trouble getting wheelie to kill him?
Yes.
And then you get a Bugsy helper. If you're fast enough with your super candy, you can actually get into that room with it still active, and then just jump with your wheelie out into Bugsy, and he dies.
I did not know that. I didn't even know you could be fast enough. Sounds like God Gamer only tech though.
Yeah, I've done it 1 time in practice, never in a run, and DP's done it 2 or 3 times, I think. I don't know, it's not, it's the sort of thing, right? Like, you want to be going as fast as possible anyway, but it's just a bonus if you get it.
Gotcha.
It saves you a little bit of time. Twin Witch, remember to shield.
There's nothing to shield, my man. You're just dead.
Well, do it anyway, dude. You
I did
better make that
anyways.
shit
I did
happen.
anyways.
So Twin Woods there. You just have to fire 4 plasma shots. Back sparks kill the one behind you, and the wall kills the one in front of you. But occasionally, if one of them shoots their cloud projectiles, they'll continue to shoot them after they're dead until they finish it. And so if you're not careful, the screen will fade out after you've taken a hit from one of these little cloud projectiles, and the power will have gone off. And it's lost me more than one run. So I just religiously hold shield. Nice 2 seconds.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, so the arena, obviously we're fighting all the bosses again. And I akin this to DKC 180% because you're entirely donkey for all of it, which was established earlier as plasma. And it's only like 7 minutes. And it's mostly just lotto, like real DKC 180%. So to try to hit frames, it's like actual RNG.
Yeah.
It's the arena of my life right now, actually. Plasma right now is crazy. Oh yeah, so the secret to good plasma, I've realized, is that like if you have like a crappy old Super Nintendo controller where the D-pad doesn't work, which if you play Donkey you probably have at this point, you actually want to use that for this game. Like don't use your like precise, you know, Link to the Past controller or anything like that. Just use your like complete garbage Super Nintendo controller and you'll have godlike plasma. That's what I started doing, and it's helped a lot.
Yeah, the controller that I played this game pretty consistently for about 2 years, a year and a half, I'd say. And Mario RPG concurrently, and I would say that that is absolutely the case. My D-pad, I never replaced it in like 3.5 years or something playing this game on and off, but I would replace my base button pad religiously. So the secret to this game is definitely mushy D-pad, solid base buttons.
It's an interesting amount of that fight. We did get him though.
So
Got off screen, dude. Preserved his honor.
Meta Knight actually has 2 attacks that can make him go invulnerable, and thankfully he didn't do either of them. So I consider that a pretty successful Meta Knight. And he moves so unpredictably that like, you're bound to miss a shot. You're flailing all over the D-pad. Like it takes some serious control to hit all of your shots and have a fast Meta Knight in the arena, I gotta say.
I kind of like this game because like there's just a little bit of randomness to every boss, but not like a huge amount. So like it keeps it interesting without being like overly obnoxious.
Yeah, I mean it's still not even a case for like it's not even really an issue until low 114s territory. So as you see, Claude is pressing the D-pad very many times. Being able to shoot a ball plasma and a helix plasma in one jump is pretty difficult, and definitely a highly desired skill for, especially the 2 fights that I think it's most useful for is the twin cannon and Dynablade fights in the arena. You don't really need to do it anywhere else. And I don't think it's useful for quick killing marks, just based on how that quick kill works.
I just mash my dick until the boss is dead. That's what I do.
Yeah, basically. That's what all of us do. We don't actually think about it.
One final Mystic Quest for the fans. One of the most annoying ones, probably.
Is that what El Magus ran before that?
He is, indeed.
No, what run was right before this?
Mystic Quest.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Perfect. You set us right up for this.
I know, right?
The Mystic Quest block. So we don't want to see any guards. Normally guards are desired in when you fight these guys in Milky Way wishes, but they're not in the arena. You don't want to see any guards because they take half damage until they reach a certain threshold, and then they just take full damage no matter what. So most of the time it's not useful. This
That's
fight,
a weird la 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 pattern. Didn't know how to handle that.
It's hard when you get the split like that. to get the one cycle on both of them. You were doing very well though, I have to say. Again, utilizing the plasma sparks on the back that go up and down diagonally behind you. You gotta be really good about that.
Kind of regret not shooting the laser down now. Yeah, I think this is barely gonna miss sub 120. So I'm going in at like 119 right now.
If you get the quick kill, you have this.
I don't think
pressure.
I do. I don't think we have the quick kill.
But you're still You're still firmly on PV pace though.
That's a disaster marks, dude. Choke of the century. He's doing the thing, dude.
Oh, you didn't even do that much damage to him. That's fine though.
Alright, we got him.
Nice.
That was an interesting fight.
That was an interesting fight. But this is a PB for you, right?
It is a PB, yeah.
Yo, nice run.
Nice run, dude.
120. Yeah, PB by like 14 seconds or something. Nice run.
Oh, I thought it was a bigger PB than that, but then again, I didn't remember your PB.
Yeah, I got like
last night.
a mid 120 last night. Yeah, it was pretty good.
Oh, nice.
Pretty good.
Good stuff.
So yeah, it was Kirby Superstar 100%. Let me prove it's 100% real quick, so there's like no haters out there. Do a quick soft reset and...
Are you gonna crash your cart?
I'm not gonna. I like my files, man. I like my files.
Oh my god, just play the game one more time. Get yourself 120.
No.
There's your cart. There's your file. You can crash your cart at will if you go into Milky Way Wishes. You go to Hot Beat and inhale a sleep enemy and get the sleep power, and then you quit out of the level and go to the Heart of Novos stage. So you have to do it on a completed file, and the game doesn't really know how to handle that. Where Kirby's power value is set to sleep, and then you enter the Gradius part, and it just hangs and it deletes all your files. Sometimes it resets on its own, and sometimes it doesn't.
I'll keep my files the way they are. We'll say that's a reference to Castle Crush, though. It's just, you know, completely breaking the game and deleting everything, but you're gonna have to imagine what it looks
parallels.
like. Exactly.
Yeah, there we go, dude.
The post-game parallel to Donkey.
So yeah, run this game. I want to see more people running this game.
Same. This game owns. Please play Kirby Superstar.
Give me a reason to make more resources. Like right now, I'm just making occasional one-off strat videos with Claude. This is the only person that actually plays this game.
Yeah.
That isn't, you know, a top level player.
Oh yeah, this game is like super active on Nico, but
yeah.
Outside Japan, this game's kind of dead.
Yeah, outside of Japan, this game is not being.
It shouldn't be dead though. Like as soon as this game gets a practice hack, I think player base will jump up by like 300% or something like that.
Yeah, honestly, if a practice hack comes out for this game, I might be tempted.
It's really good, man. Like this is like, in my opinion, it's one of the top 5 Super Nintendo speedruns out there.
Yep, definitely.
It's sad that it's so like underappreciated and like compared to like household names like Super Metroid and Link to the Past. Like,
yeah.
I don't think that this game is like as good of a speed game as it is because it's not ran as much. Like it's not as popular here as it is in Japan.
Right. But it's got incredibly technical movement and a very varied skill set. Like normal platformers just run and jump and a few other things. This is like you have like 6 different kind of disciplines you have to learn from all the powers and how to handle it. So yeah.
It's almost KSS February.
It's almost KSS February, I agree.
Had to shit talk Krauser real fast because he was brought up.
Yo, fuck Krauser.
Fuck Krauser for real, dude.
Krauser said he's gonna learn this game, so...
Just like you say, learn Goemon.
Krauser didn't even fucking show up at AGEQ this year. He's dead to me.
Same.
Until next year. Hopefully.
Runs by March, dude.
Runs by March.
Never gets old.
Anyways, that was a lot of fun. Thank you for having me here on V0oidathon, and that's it for Kirby. Thank you very much to Countdown as well for helping out with commentary. Much appreciated.
Yeah, thank you so much for running, Claude. Thank you for commentating Countdown. Really appreciate it, you guys.
This marathon's fucking sweet, dude.
Agree.
Hell yeah. And coming up